Live from the studios at Brigham Young University, the award-winning 11 News at Noon starts now.
Baby, it's cold outside and the first winter storm is to blame.
Good Samaritan, how people are helping those new to Utah during the holiday season.
And Turkey Drive, these tasty birds will help hundreds in need this Thanksgiving. I'm Dania Rice.
And I'm Christy Lee Newberger. Welcome to 11 News at Noon.
Warm weather leads to flooding streets, houses, and sewage problems across northern Utah.
A Utah state senator introduces a new bill which he says will protect young motorcyclists.
And the new Utah Valley Hospital takes shape. We've got an update on the construction.
How two missionaries in South America fought off a would-be robber with his own gun.
Why Democrats are excited about the Republicans' proposal to replace Obamacare.
And how birth control pills affect women's health.
The Utah Attorney General's debate turned into a town hall-style meeting last night with the sudden withdrawal of Democratic candidate John Harper.
Incumbent Sean Reyes spent the hours answering questions submitted by voters in the Beehive State. Candidate John Harper recently dropped out, citing health concerns and a doctor's recommendation. The debate commission continued the event to set the precedence that debates will go on with or without all candidates present. This means that Reyes got to be the sole speaker.
Attorney General Sean Reyes also took questions from audience members at the Dixie State University debate. He answered questions on religious liberty, campaign finances, and public lands. He made clear his stance that finding a balance between religious freedoms and civil rights grows increasingly difficult every day.
It feels like religious liberties are taking a subservient position to civil liberties.
Reyes says he has also cracked down on campaign contribution policy. He says they vet all contributors before accepting their donations. He won't accept money from some donors depending on the situation.
If we are investigating, especially if we're prosecuting a company or an individual, I would not take a donation.
Reyes answered questions about his stance on the Bears Ears Monument proposal. He says agencies from the local level and the federal level need to work together in making decisions that affect the public's interests. Reyes says he will fight the U.S. government on the Bears Ears Monument to make sure they have followed all the necessary steps.
The next debate takes place between gubernatorial candidate Gary Herbert and Mike Weinholtz next Monday at 6 p.m. Construction will soon come to Provo's University Avenue.
The designs are still in the work, but today Mayor John Curtis announced his vision for the project to keep the city green. Construction in Provo isn't unheard of. You've probably been through the recent bus rapid transit roadwork on University Parkway. 11 News reporter Victoria Estrada attended a press conference where the Provo mayor talked about an unlikely casualty of the project.
So the city is planning on removing most of these trees here on University Avenue. Provo Mayor John Curtis says that the aging maples have reached the end of their lives and are, quote, not healthy trees. Imagine driving in downtown Provo. You see the Tabernacle turned into a temple, the old Brigham Young Academy, now the city library, and trees that have withstood the test of time. Until now. Mayor John Curtis says they've made the decision to definitely remove these trees, but the idea is to replace them by 400%. Mayor Curtis addressed this at a press conference today.
As a matter of fact, all of these pinwheels represent a tree that will be planted in addition to the 300 trees that will be planted to replace the trees that we take out.
There's the appeal of parking as well as beauty in small downtowns. Both have become hot topics of conversation surrounding the new BRT line. Some are willing to look past the cons and see clear benefits in the replacing and adding of new trees.
We have a lot of birds. I can't imagine how many more birds we'll have if we have all of these trees here.
The project also includes new space for bike lanes. This fits right in with Provo's recent Silver Bike City Award. So now the city is working on final details for the project, and they have yet to announce a start date.
You mentioned parking. Can you tell us a bit more about the effect that this project will have on the parking in Provo?
Yeah, so the city's trying to decide whether or not they're going to remove the parking all here along University Avenue and replace it with trees for the physical appeal.
Victoria Estrada, thanks.
President Trump and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sit down today to discuss ways to ensure a strong connection between two nations.
We both got elected on commitments to strengthen the middle class and support those working hard to join it, and that's exactly what we're going to be focused on in these meetings.
Prime Minister Trudeau says the middle class will only grow if there's a smooth flow of goods and services across the border. President Trump says he looks forward to welcoming the Canadian leader to the White House. Both say they hope it's a constructive conversation that will help both countries progress.
A 7-year-old girl made a lasting connection with one of her heroes Saturday during a Boston Red Sox open house in Florida. She says she saw a soldier in uniform and ran to her for an autograph. The Army reservist says she was flattered by the child's request and says it stuck with her throughout the day. She posted on Facebook and was soon able to reunite with the young fan. They've agreed to meet up for lunch next week.